Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Week reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, albums, EPs, or singles, and after I listen to them all week, I come back here and I review them. I share what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get to this week's first release. Maverick City Music's new EP, Braves. Maverick City Music's new EP for Black History Month, Brief. Let's dive into it. So, let's start off with how the EP is structured. The first half of the EP is all live songs, and then the second half of the EP is all studio songs. Which, I kind of like the studio tracks, because those tracks are not as long as some Maverick City songs tend to be. And I found that kind of nice. But seriously, I like the whole EP, pretty much. And as for the style here, the sound, worship, but some strong gospel influence as well. Instrumentally, we have piano and organ as the main thing. Also have gospel choir backing the worship leaders throughout. And on the studio versions, we have some drums, some drumming, also a little bit on the live songs as well. But on the studio songs, sometimes the drums takes on more of a hip-hop drum type feel. And I was not expecting this from Maverick City, but I like it. There's some synth on the studio on the studio songs as well. Also, there's violin at some points throughout the EP. And as for the lyrics here, really like the lyrics on this EP. Talks about a couple different themes. So most of the EP talks about feeling our strength return when we let go of our burdens and pull in joy from doing what we're meant to do in praising the Lord, whose love always walks with us, even in our pain, and who miraculously pulls us out of that pain. A couple songs also asks the Holy Spirit to come have his way in turning us from sin and from our sinful ways and turning us to what's right. Up next, Buffalo Music's Jonathan David and Melissa Helser's new album, The Land I'm Living In, Days 1 and 2. Buffalo Music's Jonathan David and Melissa Helser's new album, The Land I'm Living In, Days 1 and 2. They chose to put both days into one album. Let's dive into it. So, overall, good album here. Though the songs, particularly Downpour, can drag on a lot of times. But still good album overall. Stylistically, definitely strongly alternative influence worship. With some pop rock influence, too. And as for instrumentation here, acoustic guitar, bass guitar, piano, and drum. And as for the lyrics here, though, like I said, the sound of the album's not perfect, in my opinion, the lyrics are pretty awesome. Talks about praising the Father, praising the love and grace of the Father, who sacrificially gave his son Jesus' blood, despite knowing our sin, to chase away the clutter of shame and fear, till we accept that we're his beloved, and allow his new life to reign in our hearts. Up next, Switch's new single, Covered. So before I dive into my thoughts on Switch's new single, Covered, let me just say this came across as a request from You Can't Have It, the Raleigh Girl. Thanks, You Can't Have It, Raleigh Girl, for requesting this song. This song is the second single from their upcoming EP, Better View Part 2, which comes out March 11th. If you want to hear my thoughts on Part 1, you can go back and check out my review on that EP on this channel after this video. And as for my thoughts on the song Letting Go, I did not review that song, but I have gone back and listened to it now, and it's a pretty good song. Now let's dive into Covered. So, pretty good song here. Stylistically, it's a synth pop song. Synth and bass instrumentally. And while, of course, their standard thing, she does sing rap a little bit on this song, even though it's not a hip-hop song. And as for the lyrics here, love the lyrics to this song. Cassidy talks about how even when she feels lost because she doesn't know what's coming next, she keeps walking on air because she knows that God in His love has her covered. Up next, Stars Go Dim's new single, This Is Love. Alright, You Can't Have It, Raleigh Girl, got one more of your requests to take care of. Stars Go Dim's new single, This Is Love. Let's dive into it. So this is the second single from their upcoming album, Grace in the Wilderness, which comes out April 29th, following the first single, Yes He Does. And as for the song here, This Is Love, pretty good song here, even if some bounces went differently than expected and hence took a little time to grow on me. But came to like the song overall here, stylistically, pop alternative, instrumentally, piano, synth, bass and drum. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Chris talks about how he can't believe that God's love showed up for him when he was running lost. Up next, our last release for today, Dee-1's new album, Finding Balance. Dee-1's new album, Finding Balance. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good out here. Stylistically, definitely a hip-hop feel. As for the instrumentation here, synth and bass as one would expect on a hip-hop album. But Dee-1 also throws in piano and guitar here. Pretty good sound here. Especially like the uniqueness of throwing in the piano on his sound here. And as for hard-hitting versus lighter tracks here, definitely some hard-hitting and energetic songs here, which went out, but definitely some chill tracks as well that cannot be ignored here. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Dee-1 talks about how even with opposition from those who don't believe in his dreams of rapping, opposition from those who want him to chase money by rapping what's fake, and feeling low from losses in life, Dee-1 is going to work hard and beat the odds to live his dream of changing the game through his rap for the glory of his strong God who protects him. Well, that's it for this week. Come back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what you saw in this video, please subscribe. I put out videos every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Time. Also, if you have any thoughts on today's releases or what I may have said about them, Let me know that in the comments below. Also in the comments, you can let me know if there's any awesome releases that came out today that you want to see in next week's video. Also, check out the playlist section for my Music Muffin Dream playlist available here on YouTube and also on Spotify. And this month's edition includes songs from artists like No Big Deal, Ty Brazzle, 116, KB, Andy Mineo, and others. So go and check that out if you're interested. Well, go now. See you next week.